like so
Burbs
far,
would be
I'm like a bit role guy. I'm like a little comedy character guy that they tuck into shows and movies for the most part. Luckily, I actually got to star in a movie this summer that's not out yet called "Who's Your Father," directed by and written by Jeremy Larder, and it's me and Sue Kent starring in this crazy thing, and it was really great. It was like 4 weeks on every day, a number one on the call sheet, 12, 14-hour work days. It was the hardest I've ever worked in my life.
Yes.
And we busted our ass to make it really funny and also touching. So I'm really excited to see that. But I'm saying that not to brag about that gig, but also look out for it. But so usually, yeah, I show up, smaller parts, little goofy guy that's like sorry or whatever, or don't kill
Yeah,
me or
wacky
whatever.
neighbor. You're often wacky neighbor or
Yeah,
quirky
that's
office
right.
guy.
I'm quirky neighbor that shows up sometimes on Run the Burbs too, which is really fun. Great set, full of great, lovely, hilarious people. That's a fun environment. This is what I'm talking about. Like TV and film, I've never experienced. Like it's usually very, very fun. People are there for the right reasons, it seems. But yeah, I got to. So speaking of small bit parts, I had one line in Mrs. America, that series that came out a few years ago, and I yell at Kate Blanchett's character, and I run and charge at her and pie her in the face. And
Amazing.
of course, being on set with Kate Blanchett was like the biggest I've ever been starstruck. Uh, she's so amazing, and you know, we got to watch her do her scenes like all day, and it was just like, oh my god. So I imitated hitting her with the pie like 100 times, different angles, everything. But when it came time to the actual one take smushing, they got a stunt man to shave his head to look like mine, even like get my hand, everything. But you only see his hand, but he still shaved his head to have my bald pattern, just in case, I guess. But they needed a stunt man to safely, gingerly smush the pie into Kate Blanchett's face.
Right.
I guess I could do it too hard by accident and get in trouble or something and hurt her, but
just picturing Kate Blanchett with a broken nose and blood pouring down her face because Chris Locke got a little too excited that day.
yeah, I would be really sad about that. But yeah, I was starstruck being on set with her, but that was also, like I said, one line, but still like big scene. So I was on set all day, and yeah, that was really, really fun. And you
That's
can see it in
incredible.
an episode. Yeah, the Mrs. America. I'm the guy that pies her and yells like, "You're a traitor to your sex by waging a war against women."
Do you
And
know
then I
what
run and go,
episode?
"Puh," and then they slow me down, and the "Hey Ho, Let's Go" by the Ramones start, and then I do this savage look back, like I'm bad, and then I run away. It's really cool.
Nice. Nice. How did you not win an
Yeah,
Emmy for that?
I know. What the hell?
Snubbed.
That was
Snubbed
Bryan
again.
Cranston level acting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of these days you'll get your comeuppance.
Comeuppance.
Oh no, the other way.
Yeah.
The other way. You'll get your dues. Yeah.
Well, I agree with
If
you.
you throw a pie
Yeah.
in someone's
Yeah.
face, eventually a pie will be thrown in your face.
Right. Yeah.
It has to balance out.
Years from
I
now,
agree
at an
with you.
award show, Kate Blanchett, or like an after party, a swanky Hollywood Hills after party, Kate Blanchett's gonna hire someone to shave her head. I don't know.
What?
She's
Yeah,
gonna
Kate
have
Blanchett
ready-
is going to show up dressed like you and then pie you in the face.
I'm waiting for the day where Kate Blanchett says, "I miss that pie guy."
Yeah, in her autobiography, there's a whole chapter
Mm-hmm.
on just that
the-
guy,
Yeah,
the
didn't you
one
read
that
that?
got away.
Yeah, the pie guy was really like shy. He didn't know how to talk to me, but he was really sweet.
Just so you know, she vouched the producers to give you your own spin-off show, just Pie
Yeah.
Guy spin-off.
Well, so that's a historical drama, and another thing that's cool about doing that little role was, Aaron Aaron Kay or Aaron McKay. I think I'm getting the last name mixed up, but he was the real pie guy from the 70s. He really did that.
Oh
So he
wow.
reached out to me on Twitter, and I got to learn about his real adventures of pieing people in the 70s. He's a real political activist.
Are you
It's pretty
gonna
neat.
study with him?
Study he's in
with
a different
him?
line of work than what I'm interested in, I think.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
But I think I agree with his values for the most part. Yeah, he's a cool guy. So it's funny. It's I get this ding dong role. I was saying to my agent, I don't know about this. It's one line. I'm trying to do better these days. And I didn't know it was with Kate Blanchett, and I'm doing a historically accurate. I'm portraying a historically accurate event as well. Interesting.
I think this is an episode of The Roles That Changed His Life. Nothing was ever the same after that day.
Yeah, that happens often in Canada. A role will change your life, and you're in the Canadian star system, and you never look back. You never feel like you're starting from scratch every other day all over again. That's right.
Right. Yes, that was a
Canada
PSA.
they call it Hollywood North because Canadian celebs rule this country. We got a lot, and Canadian citizens love them, cherish them. Sarcasm, guys.
I was gonna say I don't think I've never heard you be sarcastic before. It's a new thing. All right, what else can you tell us?
I do comedy shows still. Toronto's my home base. I tour around doing stand-up. Toronto's my home base. I'll do a big show and kill and have a good time and all that. And people will go, "Where are you from?" Just
Right.
here,
And
around the block.
Yeah, right over there by McDonald's.
I saw you yesterday when I was buying a McDouble.
Yeah.
For the third time today. Yeah.
Yeah, you looked at me and said, "If that guy does comedy, I'm never gonna watch it." What? Why?
Speaking of comedy shows, you have one coming up. Brandon, throw that banner up. You have a birthday show coming up. Let's do a little mid-episode plug. We got Chris Locke live at his own birthday at Comedy Bar, which is at 945 Bloor Street West. That's next Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, 9:30 at Comedy Bar. It's going to be awesome. All
March
Canadian
7th.
showbiz joking aside, doing comedy for a long time here and busting my ass, I seem to have garnered some fans. So I really appreciate everyone coming out and buying tickets. It's I think there's a few tickets left for this one. I sold out the Paradise Theater in early January recently, and that was quite the show. So as much as I'm joking, thank you very much to everyone who bought tickets already and has been coming out to these shows. This is awesome. Like you said, the Evil Men podcast I co-host with Mike Balazzo and James Hartnett. They're co-hosting this live show, and we also have one of my new favorite comedians coming up. Rebecca Payne is doing a set. Jackie Pirico, who's already a Toronto legend.
Hilarious.
She's got a huge fan base, killing it. She's doing a set, and of course Sean Cullen, who I also collaborate with a bunch, is doing a set, and he's a Canadian legend in his own right, obviously. I don't even know how to explain Sean. If you don't know him, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah. So check out.
So it's going to be awesome.
Comedybar.ca. And speaking of Sean Cullen, I also love him. When I was younger, he was one of the people in Canadian comedy that I looked up to long before I was ever in it. We're doing a show in Bracebridge where he's going to be headlining. Laughing Vikings present Sean Cullen. I'll be hosting. That's March 31st at Bracebridge Hall. So for all the Muskokians, you can grab tickets at bbhall.ca. Once again, Sean Cullen, if you don't know who we're talking about, I don't know where you've been in the last 25 years of Canadian comedy, but yeah, he's hilarious. And that show too, Chris, I think I might have asked you on that date and you were tied up, but I think that's going to be a monthly. So we'll get you up to Bracebridge. So for all the Bracebridge listeners and viewers right now, Chris Locke is going to be coming your way eventually, one of these months here. But in the meantime, yeah, March 31st, you can see me and Sean, and March 7th in Toronto, next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. We're going to buy tickets to that too, Chris. I want to come and see that. Your shows are great. You're like, honestly, I know there's a weird thing sometimes when comedians say this to comedians, and not to blow smoke up your ass, but you're one of the funniest human beings I've ever seen. Your stand-up sets are just hilarious. So wild and crazy, unpredictable. I never know. And I never know. I'm like, is this all spur of the moment, just improv crowd work, or is there method to the madness? And I think it's a little bit of both, but
it's all of it. Yeah. I write a bit, but I also like to be loose. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's really nice. And that Bracebridge show with Sean will be so much fun.